not a podcast.
This is 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 not a podcast, but it's a broadcast on IG and YouTube to make y'all laugh. To make y'all laugh. And some real life shit to make y'all laugh.
Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Holly Bugs.
It's your boy Watts. It's your boy Chrissy Green.
And this is not a podcast.
And today we got special guest, well-renowned Romy Rome, the chef in the building. What up? Romy Rome, the chef.
Celebrity
What's going on?
chef in the
Celebrity
building.
chef. You heard? Talk that talk, man. Talk that talk, man.
Yeah, man. Got you, man. The resume speaks for itself.
Hey, talk about it. Talk about it. Bro, first of all, welcome to the show, man.
Appreciate y'all, fellas.
Thanks for coming through.
Thanks for coming up.
Man.
How I always like to start the show off is, for the viewers that are not familiar with you, just tell us a little bit about yourself, man. What you got going on, what you doing.
Listen. I can sit there and say I'm the Bronx favorite chef.
Hey,
Shout out to BX.
Word, BX all day. You feel me? But for those that don't know me, I'm celebrity chef. I get busy in the kitchen, no matter whose kitchen, what location, what instruments, appliances I got. I get busy. I'm really one of those ones. I don't really speak and talk my shit the way I usually would want to, because at the end of the day, the tunnel vision I have of just exceeding and getting to the goals that I set for myself. But at the same time, you got to just let people know who you is. You feel me?
Sometimes you got to talk that
New York
talk.
City.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, I like it. I like that energy. I like it.
My man said, I don't care who kitchen. It could be your kitchen, your mom's kitchen. I'm cooking some shit.
You don't give a fuck, man.
What appliances? The GE, Samsung, LG. I don't give a fuck.
I like it. I like it.
I like that.
That's a fact.
Nah, that's fire.
So, Rome, first question I would like to know is, how long have you been cooking?
Yes.
Okay.
And what's like your culinary background? Like, you go to school or you learn to yourself?
How long I've been cooking? I've been cooking professionally since 2018.
Okay,
2018. I started probably like 2015, but as far as getting the whole LLC and everything, the paperwork that does matter when you step into these rooms. And East Kitchens 2018 was professionally when I started.
That's
You know what I mean? So culinary background, I would say Southern cuisine. I was raised in the South.
Shout out to the South. Let's go.
My grandmother, rest her soul, and my mom's and my aunt and all the family down in Bamberg, South Carolina, they played a part of just molding me to the person I am today. I'm still a work in progress, but at the same time, it was like my whole journey and just the chapters that I've been kind of like completing and moving on. And as the story that I've been writing, I'm pretty amazed, and sometimes I just gotta take grace and understand how far I came.
Always good that gates. Grace.
It's been a constant marathon, you feel me? And I'm keeping it going by any means.
Nice.
You feel me?
Did you always want to be a chef? Was that something that you just kind of fell into, or was it like?
I would say it's something that just kind of came across me in the sense of I'm always been around it. Mind you, like I said, I always been in the kitchen with my grandmother and my mother and them down south. And moving up here, when I got my own place, Burger King was across the street where it was just too convenient. And I had some skill set of just making certain dishes that'll get me through the week. But then to the point where when I was working at Metro North, I got to the point where I needed something else other than this, because I didn't plan on doing 30 years and being 55 to retire. Like it sounded good. And like I said, I don't knock it because it got me to where I needed to be at. But I just saw a different path for myself, especially to allow my personality to kind of take off the way it needed to.
Nah, that's fire, man.
Nice.
I got a question for you. Who was the first person that must have tried your food and said, "Holy shit, you need to go on this full time, yo"? It had to be somebody.
Somebody was like, "This shit was good."
Listen, I ain't gonna hold you. It's been people from the old co-workers, family members, friends. It was just a consistent basis. Like, to be honest, when I used to work in Forever 21, what I used to do is everybody used to eat like Wendy's halal food, whatever was convenient at 14th Street, Union Square, right there, the Forever 21. I would bring in meals that I would cook, throw it in the microwave for an extra minute, and just open the door.
Everybody smell
smelling that shit. I know exactly what you're
Exactly. I should do that shit on purpose. It was a method to my madness, but it worked out to the point where I got people attention, and I was able to start cooking for people, inviting people over, and just off of the strength of women like a man that can cook. So, that was the role that I was playing. You feel me? It's kind of giving like a light-skinned R&B singer. It ain't on CB status, but it was giving like I got to get next to him in some type of way.
That's fire, man.
So, you mentioned you celebrity chef.
Correct.
Let's go.
Is it okay? We talk about some of the celebrities that you cook for.
Oh
you work
no,
for?
definitely.
So before we get to who you cooking for now, what you doing now, who was the first celebrity that that you work for that you was like, oh shit, I'm working for? You know what I'm saying?
The first one that finally kind of like got me in the door, like, okay, smooth, because like I said, for the most part, everybody that I'm cooking for is people that I've seen on TV that I'm getting next to now.
Yeah.
And the first people was Sassy and Puma from Black Ink.
Black Ink, okay.
Yeah, Black
Dope,
Ink
dope.
was the first people that kind of, let me in the door just to kind of like display my skill set, and from there it was Erica and Safari. Then it was Fabulous. It was an ongoing relationship to this day.
Shout out to Fab.
Yeah,
Shout out
exactly.
to everybody,
real,
actually.
real dude. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, he's one of them ones. And like I said, he ain't got nothing but love for me. Like I said, when it comes to the business aspect of you giving me an opportunity to do something that it was just a thought, listen, it's something that goes deeper than just the cooking aspect, because me coming from South Carolina, a lot of people don't leave their comfort zone. So, I mean, I left and said I'm going to make it in New York. New York is either going to make you or break you.
Facts.
You feel me? And that's true. And at the end of the day, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. You feel me?
South New York, man.
Facts.
Nice.
So
No fact.
my question to that: so when you trying to work for these celebrities, how does that work? You got to bring them a plate or some shit, or they got to test it out, or it's gonna be word of mouth? Like, how does that work?
I say all of the above in a sense. It's just what angle that need to get taken to kind of like approach them to make this work, because it's either going to be through a friend or it's going to be to them directly. But social media allowed that in a sense of just working on my presentation, and I would DM them like pictures of the food. Right. And I felt like it was either going to come down to three options. It's either it was going to show that it said it's seen, they didn't look at it at all, or they was going to reply to it.
Right.
I was willing to take those three chances because, like I said, I know that the average person is probably writing them paragraphs like, I love you. But I want to come and step to them, on a business aspect where, it's something. It's
Like, this is what I got
Show them
going
what
on.
I got
Exactly.
going.
Like, this is what I do. You feel me? And if it looks good enough, then, they'll make it known to where it was like, all right, let's make this happen. So forever it got to do in a sense of putting my name out there, I was going to the playbook. And to this day, that playbook still got me to be in certain rooms that is allowing me to stay in them doors. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
It took you to those rooms.
Right.
yeah.
And
Nah, that's a fact.
obviously you're doing your thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's keeping you in the
Yeah.
rooms and only
That's a smart-
opening more
that's a-
doors.
Nah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
For
That-
sure.
And that's
You
a
feel me?
smart play. Like he said, these celebrities are probably thinking that they're just gonna get the paragraphs and all this other shit. Like, yo,
You know how
can
many
you follow me
DMs, and then
this
you might get stuck
Yo,
flooded
Right,
under those
in the
DMs.
spam folder.
Imagine you famous, you see a plate of some rockin' food, and then you go to his page and you see more rockin' food.
I'm there.
You're like, all right,
Call
let,
him.
let me see what you got.
Bring them to the studio. Definitely.
That's fire.
Nah,
Nah,
that's the whole fact.
that's what's up. So I know you had the residency.
Oh, yeah.
right? You was doing
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? Who you was cooking for, and how was that?
I ain't gonna hold you. Like to the at this point and right now, it's like it still hasn't hit me that the fact that it's me that's doing this. You feel me? Like, and doing it for somebody that's so iconic to this day, to where me being in that opportunity is super dope. So right now, I've been dealing with Mary J. Blige.
Shout out to Mary
The
J. Blige.
iconic Mary J. Blige.
Icon,
Yeah,
fire.
The queen for real.
Queen,
Queen, auntie to those.
Yes, sir.
So I just got finished doing 2 events in New York during the summer. They big events, Burgers and Bottles and Wings in the Trap. I just got finished doing that run because usually I do a lot of summer events in New York. So I got the call to go over there and cook for her. Mind you, I've been cooking for her for the last 2 to 3 years.
Nice.
So we got that dope relationship to
Yeah,
where I
imagine.
know what she likes to eat and know how she likes her food. So, at the end of the day, I just felt like it just worked out. And it was just about me waiting and just patiently waiting for that opportunity, because I remember one time I was going to LA and I was talking to this director on the plane that I was sitting next to, and he was kind of giving me free game at that, and said that it only takes one person to change your whole life.
That's a
it.
fact.
Nah,
That's
that's
it.
true.
So with that
Very
mindset, I'm gonna keep going up the bat. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, this is not the end of my journey, but at the same time, it's another dope highlight to understand. I didn't go to school for this. This was self-taught. And to be in the opportunity where now I'm cooking for the Mary J. Blige in Vegas
That's crazy.
as a private chef, like that's what I am first and foremost a private chef.
Salute
You know,
that.
to give people an experience, and that's all I'm doing to her is giving her experience and doing those meals I grew up on. Let alone that I was kind of like around living in the Bronx. To display to her at its utmost of whatever she's asking for, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, so
That's fine,
dope.
bro. Listen, man, I always tell people, man, sometimes you like you say, you in the journey, you still in between the journey, and you gotta you on grind mode. But sometimes you gotta take time, man. Like you should be proud of that, man. That's the big step. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all from different neighborhoods and stuff. And Mary J. Blige is an iconic star. You know what I'm saying? To be the fact that you cooking for Mary J. Blige, man, that shit is dope. That's definitely should be proud of that,
And what
man.
you said,
Facts,
self-taught.
man.
So that's
Yeah.
something that you did on your own because you have that natural skill. And
Correct.
you said you learned from your family. And to take that and to make it a business, get your LLC, and to do what you love, that you started off as just an idea. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
just from
Amazing. Yeah.
piggybacking off of that. We come from an era where we don't know LLCs.
Yeah.
That's a
We
whole
don't
fact.
know none of that. It was either go to school, not go to school, go straight to work.
Yeah.
100%.
9 to 5
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? So now, just fast. My parents always is job, college or
Just
job.
work,
If
just
not,
work,
yeah, you
yeah.
work, company, retire, and you live off of that. It was never go.
Go create your
Work for yourself. Create your own wealth.
Yeah,
So I definitely feel you on that.
shout
one.
out to you.
Shout out to you.
Nah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that for real. Know what I mean?
So I kind of want to use this episode to kind of like highlight all the people you cook for. I don't know if that's gonna be okay or whatever, but
Nah,
it's
definitely,
like,
definitely.
yeah, you
Go
know what I'm
ahead.
saying? 'Cause
Talk your talk. You
we
say you
all-
don't get that much opportunity to talk that
Exactly.
talk. So
Exactly.
go ahead.
So
Facts.
obviously you could say, man, we diehard Knicks fans up
Let's
here,
go.
man. Knicks
Nah,
and
that's a
five,
whole
you heard?
fact. Nixon 5
Knicks and
all
five,
day,
you heard?
man.
All day.
Listen.
Let's go.
At the end of the day, this is right here.
Yeah.
This summer, with the Knicks winning, everything in New York City is elevated.
On fire.
I'm a diehard Knicks fan.
Yo, they said that
My
in-
favorite player is Allen Houston.
Okay,
you feel
okay.
me? We
Shout out to Allen Houston.
That's
we going back
Yo.
99, 2000.
Yeah.
John Starks,
Yo,
man.
John Starks.
Come on.
Heard you. So I mean, just that being being a part of something so historic. Like I even went to the parade. Like it's,
I was there. Yeah, we was there.
yeah. So at the end of the day, man, that just set the tone for this summer. Like I feel like I'm having a Brunson year.
Yeah, let's
You
go.
feel me?
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, Brunson, yeah.
Word.
Look, so I'm wearing this shirt today because I just got it like 2 days ago,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I ordered
Wait,
it soon
that was the
as
shirt
they won. Yeah,
a couple of shows we talked about.
I was waiting for my
That's it?
shit.
I had
Let me get this.
I had mine like 7 shows ago, man. Come on.
Oh
man.
shit! Talk about being on back order.
My shit was on back order.
back order.
I guess size medium. Everybody size medium. on there, you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Nah. But yeah, so I say that to say the Knicks fan, you was able to work with Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, nah,
Like, tell us
definitely.
a little bit about that.
Listen, Carmelo Anthony was basically like the most recent Knick that I've been dealing with. But to be honest, just off of being a Knicks fan, I've dealt with other Knick players to kind of be in that circle in that industry.
Okay.
I'm gonna start naming players
Let's
that
go.
I've cooked for. Jared Harper, Alonzo Trier,
Let's go.
Obi Toppin,
Let's go.
Alfred Payton.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Listen, but I also got an opportunity to deal with a nutritionist that was able to let me cater their post game when they played Miami 2 years ago. So just to be in that circle as a fan, and let alone this is what I'm able to offer you as far as what I do, and it's a dream come true, man. Dream come
I can
true.
only imagine.
Wow,
man.
yo.
Yeah.
That's
Definitely. Cooking for Obi was super dope. Like I said, I didn't even know his pops ball.
Yeah.
And like I said, him, his moms, all of them. Listen, great people. His brothers, his cousins. They all basketball heads. You feel me? And just to be in that circle and just to chop it up about ball, you would thought we've known each other for years, and we still keep in touch to this day.
That's
Yo,
so dope.
and that's,
That's
a
so
crazy,
dope, bro.
That's a crazy thing because food really bring people together.
course.
You know what I'm saying? So you got someone that's because I just met him today, but he cool as hell. I could tell already. So
Appreciate
now
it.
imagine you could chop it up with him and he's chefing that
Hey,
shit
chef
up.
it up. Facts.
So it's hard not to have that real, genuine relationship.
And then
you know
the
what I'm saying?
food tastes motherfucking
Right,
good.
right.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that's a whole fact. I tell you, it's just across the board. Like the food, I feel like is secondary because the personality and the experience is what always going to have you coming back.
I like
look
teaching
at it like
experience,
Disney
yeah.
World, right? Ain't nobody bragging about the food at Disney World. It's just the experience. You feel me? They're always going to get you back in there. You feel me? So
Nah, I agree. It's like, you can have a product, but if you're an asshole, like nobody, no matter how good your
Yeah,
food is,
exactly.
nobody want to deal with you, bro. You know
and
what
I
I'm
ain't gonna
saying?
hold you in this tri-state area. You do get a lot, and I feel like that's one thing that gets overshadowed in a sense of customer service because people gonna think just because they got a good product or they, or they in a certain clout, or they get to talk to people any type of way. I think the reason why I be able to sustain this longevity is treating people how I will be wanting to get treated.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like you treat them with the most upper respect. Like I was raised in the South.
I was gonna say Southern hospitality.
Yeah, exactly. So Southern
100%.
hospitality, that's what allowed me, that in my penmanship, to always kind of like, get it to where it stood out from everybody else, especially when I first moved back to New York after I graduated high school. You feel me? So those two things I'll always keep at an all-time high with telling people, when it comes down to it, no matter how good you are at something, it's about how you talk to people. And I think Mary told me that one time when I was just asking her, she was like, I'm not the best singer or the best this or whatever the case may be, but it's how you treat people at the end of the day. You feel me? Because that power could be taken right from you.
100%. Creative relationships and all that
Yeah,
shit.
One day to another.
Yeah, that's a whole fact.
That's right. I have a question. This is kind of off the thing, right? But
Talk to me.
do you remember when we met?
Yeah, that's a whole fact.
Were you doing the chef at that time?
No. That was at the baby shower.
Yeah, at the baby shower.
Was I cook? I was cooking, but I didn't cook for the baby shower.
Okay, yeah. I was
still doing it.
That's just a random shit I just thought about.
Nah, that's a whole fact. That's a whole fact.
Hold on.
Yeah, I was just thinking about what another question I have is, so what do you label your cuisine? What is it? Southern? Is it?
Nah, it's still Southern because that's what the base is from. Because I just feel like this is the from going to the playbook. When I'm in New York, I'll do like Southern food because, like I said, other than you going to Harlem, it's not really a lot of soul food, comfort
Absolutely
food
not.
spots.
Right.
You feel me? So when I go to New York, I'm making all the New York style food, like the empanadas, the Spanish style, Dominican, Puerto Rican style, cuisines. Because at the end of the day, they don't have access to it like that down there. So for wherever I'm going, I know.
Where to bring what?
Yeah, exactly.
okay.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that was always keeping me out there. But the one thing that people crave for is the turkey burger egg rolls. Turkey burger egg rolls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, he's a foodie.
Yeah,
so
he's
look,
a-
that's
Nah,
why we always
drop
look
that.
at him. Yeah.
Drop that.
Yeah.
That's one of those appetizers that stamp all the way. You
With a
feel me?
sauce too. So
You got a sauce?
That's what the sauce would have. Listen.
Yo, are we? Get it, call. You
No, man, you talk to me, man. Too, man. Listen,
I think you ain't make that call. Little snack, little
bro,
sample.
I was going to say, I want to put nobody on blast. I don't
you
want to be an
definitely did,
asshole.
definitely did.
But I got to make sure my mans and them know. I definitely say, yo, bring some shit, bro.
Greasy,
If you could.
greasy.
I say if you could. You know what I'm saying? So don't look at me.
Is that a fact or not?
But this is it is a fact.
Okay.
But
So I'm saying, come on,
this
bro.
is how I want to play. I want to be able to get invited back where I can bring the food. You
Right.
feel me?
The 100.
Listen, we trying to do a big thing for the 100th episode. which
All
is
right,
coming
say
up soon.
that.
So we could definitely talk about
See
that.
that,
and figure that out.
see that goes. That's a win-win because I feel like I can be included in that to bring some food. But the egg rolls definitely got to be in the building. I promise
100%,
you.
bro. Listen,
I promise you.
I
Turkey
go to your
burger, egg
page
rolls.
and I'll be seeing, I like the empanadas. He be making
fuck with-
empanadas.
okay.
Everything. Like you said, the presentation alone
Correct.
makes it like this guy, almost like it got to be good.
it's
you know
the
what I'm saying?
experience,
Yeah, you know what I'm
too.
saying?
Yeah,
Like
it's
it
experience.
got to be good, bro. So I'm looking forward to it for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's a whole fact, man.
Yeah, I was just gonna make sure
A little
they know.
empanada would have went down right now.
Book about to cut
Or
the
the
show.
egg roll, the
They want to
egg
cut the
roll.
show off. Like, yo, forget it, man. You bring no food, shit done, bro.
That's a whole fact.
We'll see you on the next episode, bro.
That's a whole fact.
Not, go ahead.
So another thing I want to talk about. So you're gonna be doing more food content, right? As far as like
Yeah, I'm looking to do more food content. I've done some more, and I've done previous content with Jimmy Official. He's a food content creator in Connecticut.
Okay.
And I ain't gonna hold you. Me and Brody been locked in since day one. Which we're going young dude on the up and up. He goes to restaurants. He go to different spots. Rate the food like how Keith Lee does it.
Okay.
And-
yeah.
But he got more in the sense to put out there other than just the food. So he's all over the place. So that's one person to keep in mind. Jimmy Official.
Official, shout out
Yep.
Jimmy Official.
Facts. So we could get him on the
Nah,
show. one day.
definitely.
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
You know what I mean? And you know, it's crazy. I was just in ShopRite the other day, which is one of my favorite supermarkets to go to. I am there 7 days a week.
Shout out to
ShopRite.
Shout out to
I know,
ShopRite.
okay.
if y'all want to sponsor us,
Shout out to ShopRite, bro.
Heard you. And I ran into a New York food creator. Her name is Nini. Whatchamacallit? Spanish lady that she gets busy with the food content as well. So we looking to do something
Collab
real
on some
soon.
shit.
Dope.
Real soon. And that's one thing about me moving forward. I'm just kind of like really like being keen on who I work with. Because like I said, everybody ain't for your brand and everybody ain't for you.
Right,
You feel me?
absolutely.
And like I said, living in New York, you got to understand that the money's always gonna come, right? If you got the talent and you got the consistency, it's gonna come. That's no question. But at the same time, it's like treat my business like if it's your business.
Correct.
Right.
You feel me? Like don't do no shortcuts to get a better profit gain or anything like that, because at the end of the day, it's gonna ruin the relationship.
Yep.
You feel me? So
You gotta have that integrity.
yeah, exactly. It's the long game we playing. Well, that's what I'm playing. You feel me? And just to be able just to still be cooking outside of 2020, the pandemic, because there was a lot of COVID chefs that started when I started, and at the end of the day, they're no longer doing that for whatever reason. Like
RP to the COVID chefs, yo.
Yeah, you know what I mean, but
They ain't died, bro. They just
I'm just saying, they not here no more. Right?
Damn,
I mean, they didn't die, but
Yo,
the
they're not
dream
sitting
did.
here.
Dream did, right?
Yeah, but the dream did. You know what I mean?
They're not sitting here. So, you know what I'm saying?
It was cooking glizzies like 3 pods ago.
Yo, facts. It was on the grill, the
On the
back.
grill,
Got an
back.
electric grill over here.
It was
facts. That
dog
shit
is a dog.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't. It was good though. It was good. No, because my man, listen, I'm gonna tell you. So Boogie,
He chef it up,
Boogie's
too.
a chef too. He be cooking.
Okay, say that.
I always told
he ain't a
niggas-
chef, but he could cook. You know
If
what I'm
his
saying?
music shit ain't go right, that was my
That
second
would be,
choice.
he'd be a chef.
It's
He throw it down in the kitchen.
I could make something.
Yeah.
You
Heard you.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So we had some other chefs on it. We had PD Protein.
Shout out
Oh yes, him
Protein,
too.
Chef
Oh
Protein.
man,
Chef Miguel.
Miguel, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So we had some other chefs on here too. So it's been a good variety, and it's interesting to me because I'm a well.
he's a foodie on the
I've
low
been
too,
together.
yo.
I've been together with my girl for years.
He's
Before that, I was
a
a single
Uber
man,
Eats.
but I'm a DoorDash,
Yeah, DoorDash,
platinum
Uber Eats,
member,
platinum
Uber Eats,
member.
platinum member. I cook breakfast.
Uber
I cook breakfast
Eats.
and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So it's dope to me to see people that actually cook because it's like, yeah, I'm the one. I'm the one that needs to hire you because I got no.
speaking of that,
I'm not cooking shit.
I don't know if you ever done this or you ever thought about it or maybe pros and cons to it. What about like a ghost kitchen type shit? Where you can
I'm
set
glad
up in
you
a
brought
Uber
that up.
Eats.
Glad you brought that up.
That's fine.
And that's something I didn't like off the first round of me being introduced to a ghost kitchen. I didn't like the run because, like I said, I can read the room on a lot of certain things. Like for instance, it was this one location in the BX I got introduced to. The guy was kind of giving me a tour, showing me around, and going to different establishments that was already kind of like renting these spaces that was in here. And it was this one lady, I would kind of say she was giving like auntie vibes. She was like she just gave me like the head nod, and I went back. I spent the block and went back to her. She told me to call her, and she was telling me of the issues that was going down in there, and just how it was kind of like a money grab in a sense.
Oh, so she saved you.
Exactly. Like I said, I always go to certain situations so I can see for myself.
Right.
But at the same time, somebody that's knee deep in it and they willing to kind of like put me on.
You trying to figure out why, what's going
Obviously,
on.
boy ain't really trying to tell me that because at the end of the day, he looking to get my money.
Right.
But at the same time, if somebody can give me a heads up of what's going on, like I pay attention to those signs.
And
I
then
don't
you can
ignore
make your
them.
decision accordingly.
Yeah, exactly. So-
For the viewers that are not familiar, what exactly is a ghost kitchen?
Yeah. So,
Like, because I'm not. Yeah.
Well, Ghost Kitchen is kind of like a rental space where it's kind of like if you need like a kitchen space.
Oh,
to
so you
kinda,
rent the kitchen?
Yeah, basically,
Basically.
yeah. You got to kind of put it together because they'll just give you the space. They're not giving you like the appliances and stuff like that. They have like a third party company that you can purchase those from, but they just applying the space and how to basically operate your business, whether it's through the tablet or it's online or whatever the case.
Yeah, so they give you a location.
Pretty much. So you could have a ghost kitchen set up. You get your appliances, whatever, this, that, and the third, and you figure you want to make burgers, smash burgers.
right.
You call it Watts Burgers.
Right.
Then they could throw that shit on DoorDash, Uber Eats, and shit like
gotcha.
that.
Okay.
And then you'll be cooking from there. So it's
So for all
a store without a store.
All I know is a spot, a restaurant, or whatever, but really is a ghost kitchen.
It's a ghost kitchen.
okay.
So
Oh,
There's
you would think.
there's a whole bunch of them on Uber
Yeah,
Eats.
because you would go and you could look at some of the addresses, and some of the restaurants are the same exact address. It's in the same building.
listen,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
You know what's crazy? But even big businesses are doing that too.
Yeah.
Because it's like, let's say
Mr. Beast Burger started off as that.
So you know what's funny? This is probably like 2 years ago. I ordered something from Applebee's, but it wasn't Applebee's. It was like
Nah, I'm getting my money back. I don't
no,
give a fuck.
but it was like a whole different wing spot.
Yeah.
Like Atomic Wings, and I'm like, I never
Nah,
seen
they
Atomic.
played you, yo. They
But
played
then,
you.
but that's a ghost kitchen.
Yeah,
Either. So what meaning?
No, but they shouldn't use those
It
big
was
brands.
Applebee's,
but
the
they
B was
make
BEA.
they making money different.
Applebee's.
That's making money different ways. You know what I'm saying? That's how they were doing it. But I was like,
okay.
oh shit. But you could, you know what I'm saying? You could
Yeah,
do
see,
that.
I'm not familiar with the Ghost Kitchen, but now you guys put me on to it, so that's good.
I see people that do work out there, crib.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
it's-
I can see it working. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I wasn't familiar.
Yeah, so when you started talking about the Uber Eats, I was like, damn, has he ever
Did a
tried
ghost
that?
kitchen,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was like, yeah.
He's like, nah,
Been tried that.
Yeah, that
Yeah, I
shit.
mean,
passed
it
that
ain't for
already.
everybody, you feel me?
Yeah,
And so,
yeah.
you know, at the end of the day, that's something I did explore because you want to see. The one thing that I was told when I first got into this food game is there's so many different avenues for revenue. And with that being said, I kind of took it and ran with it. I was like, I can be myself and stay in my lane and kind of do what comes to me in a sense. Because at the end of the day, you can make so much money doing anything. You could make money making recipes, doing plates, catering, private dining, being a culinary curator. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like you can be a consultant in a restaurant. It's so many different avenues you can go in. And I've explored a lot of ones that made the most sense to me. Like even last year I was out when business gets slow, so you know you got to know how to pivot, right?
Yeah, always.
And when I did that pivot, I went to Great Wolf Lodge in Connecticut.
Okay, I know
I
about
was working as a food supervisor. You feel me? Because like I said, I came from the 9 to 5, so I'm not never
Knocking it.
looking.
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
knocking it. But if I am gonna go do the 9 to 5, it got to be something in the field that I'm doing, which is cooking.
Right.
So this is the first time that I was a supervisor in any job, but I got it off the connections that I did build when I lived in Connecticut, and that relationship landed me my first supervisor job.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Just to kind of learn the ins and out the kitchen on a different level. It was like I was going to a paid class in a sense. you
Yeah,
feel
pretty
me?
much, yeah.
So, you know, that's the route that I'm willing to always take. And going 2.5 hours out there, that's a sacrifice I made that a lot of people wouldn't
Wouldn't make.
even do.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
100%.
Some people don't even leave the
Especially,
boroughs.
especially not for
Facts.
especially not for like a 9 to 5. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
exactly.
But
you know what I mean?
from what I get from him though is he's not scared to just
Right,
like he
taking
said, he
whatever-
pivots.
My
So,
man just
yeah.
learned the whole
taking
game.
whatever
doing the
steps,
whole game,
whatever
you know?
steps.
Yeah, he knows the whole game by now.
Yeah, yeah.
You
That's
know
a
everything.
fact.
You know every aspect of it.
Nah, that's a
which is
fact.
dope.
And you know, when you go through that process, it's an ugly part that a lot of people don't talk on. Like at the end of the day, last year around this time, I was working at Great Wolf, but I haven't had it figured out of like where I was staying. I used to go to high school up there, but
Yeah.
I don't have no relatives up there, nothing but like close friends. So when I couldn't stay in their spot, I'm kind of like parked up in the Foxwoods and Mohegan Sun parking lot, just sleep in my car. You feel me? Like I'm grinding to the point where I know this is not my forever. This is
Right.
temporary.
Temporary,
You feel
right,
me?
yeah.
But I know that, and that's the most important thing to understand. That as long as I got that, I know that sooner or later it's gonna switch up for me. And look, a year
You see
later,
the long run.
I'm in Vegas doing Mary
Long
Jane's
run.
residency. You feel me?
Fire, yo.
I mean?
Shout out to you, man. That's fire. That's so fire. So now, do you are you only now exclusively celebrity chef now? Like,
I mean, the price
you
did
big
go
time
up.
now. Yeah, you
Price
big
did
time,
go
you know
up.
what I'm saying?
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
or is it like
Great Wolf price versus now is different.
yeah.
Different price.
Barry
different
paying a
price.
little more than that, a little Great
yeah.
Wolf shit, I'm sure. But
Nah, man.
is it like celebrity only, or you still do like?
Nah, I
the
do it
side
for the
shit?
people that's willing to kind of pay for quality.
Okay,
You feel me?
yeah.
At the end of the day, like whether you're a celebrity, whether you're just somebody that just want the experience and willing to pay for it without having to, penny pinch or whatever the case may be.
yeah.
Because like I said, this is not for everybody.
Right.
This is an experience. It's not that, for an everyday type of situation.
Right.
This is like when you want to kind of flex. And we live in a city where, people
flexing.
willing to flex off of having something that the next person can't get or, can't get close
And that's
to.
where you come in.
right,
Exactly.
right.
So I
Facts.
provide that service. You feel me?
Nigga come to the crib,
Yeah,
he
fact.
walk in with the shorty because he has to cook, he should.
You got the turkey burger egg rolls on deck, bro.
That's a whole
Already
fact.
there. As soon as you go to the shit.
Yo, he opened up the oven and they smell the food. Like with the microwave
Like the
trick.
microwave trick. Nah, that's fine.
Nah, that works, man. That works, bro. I'm always active, like when it comes outside. Like I was just recently, I was telling my man Joe, I was on a couple Pop the Balloon episodes.
Okay,
I was just about to get into
yeah,
that.
I'm about to get into reality shit too. How did that come about? What was that experience about? How was that?
It happened. You feel me? You feel me? Like it happened. It was dope just to be able to. My thing is this, right? For everybody that I've met over these years, in the sense of the fact that you have an understanding of who I am or when you met me.
Right.
But just when you met me, I wasn't never finished yet. You feel me? So now you get an opportunity of seeing me on these different platforms where, I know him. Oh yeah, that's Rome, this and that. So I want to give, the people back at home in South Carolina and Bamberg, because that's a town, let alone that got so much potential. But like I said, you got to be able to take that leap of faith and kind of like, bet on yourself.
Bet on yourself.
And I put the house on me when it come down to anything.
Nice.
You feel me? Word. But Pop the Balloon was definitely dope, bro. Definitely dope. You know what I mean? People got to see my personality. I didn't want to violate no females or nothing like that. That's how I was just raised. But they definitely caught a couple strays from me. You know what I mean? 'Cause like I said, it is what it is. You can definitely catch me on Pop the Balloon at episode 48 and 28.
Get it.
It sounds like fun though.
Are you interested in like going that route with like reality shows? You know, they have like the Hell's Kitchen and Chopped and all that stuff. Would you be down to do stuff like that too, or are you more like would rather go like social media?
Get my brand.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You know, to be honest, if that door opened up, I wouldn't mind it. Like, to be honest, a lot of people don't know. I tried out for Master Chef for like 3 times.
Okay.
It was 2 in New York and 1 in Philadelphia I went to. And to understand how the ins and out work, I didn't think they was really like so focused on the food. They so focused on viewership in a sense, right? Because I was next to a guy that got moved to the next round, and he had a styrofoam dish of like Alfredo, but it was just covered in sauce. You wouldn't even know it was Alfredo until you just lifted it up. But he was just so flamboyant of just far as his personality to where they chose him to move to the next round.
So they picked the personality, not the plate.
Yeah, exactly. Because you waiting in line for like 2 and 3 hours. That food is already dead. You feel me? So
it's not about the food.
It's not about the food. But I didn't know that until the third go around. You feel me?
Yeah, I was watching the other day. Tony Yayo got the new show out. The Food with Yayo.
They eat deli food.
Yeah. So
it's all deli food.
Deli food.
They get people from New York.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
I see the episode. So there's like one girl that came up with like a couple noodles and put like Doritos in it.
Yeah.
But they was killing them. You know what I'm saying? They was like, yo, this shit was trash.
But like he said, obviously they got a couple curveballs in there to probably make it better for better viewers.
Right.
But there is some people that you could tell that could really cook, that really did their thing.
Dude, that make it busted egg and cheese and
the
shit.
egg and cheese shit with the caviar on top.
The spicy nacho that he uses the Doritos.
No, the girl just had literally a couple of noodles of Doritos. They were talking about like, yo, they even put no fucking flavoring or nothing. She was like, yo, like, what are you doing? But you could tell she was up there just to get her name out. And she was, looking good.
And they had Ashley Larry there, so he was cooking everybody. Cooking everybody. But that'll be dope, man, for you to go there too.
So what I would say too is like a show like that, would you be like open to it? Because sometimes the judges, whatever they are, they like assholes. They could be assholes about it, and they could try to like diminish your brand. Is that like a risk you be willing to take, or you be like, nah, I'd rather not even go that route because you don't want that brand to get diminished per se?
Me per se, I want all the smoke. I want all the smoke. I ain't gonna hold you.
Talks for himself.
That's a fact. That's a whole fact, bro. And I'm willing to do any and everything that makes the most sense for my brand and my business at this point in time. And I'm not a person that's like, I ain't gonna do it because everybody else doing it. I'm my own person at the end of the day. I always been like that from young to where my personality always stood out. And I just always want that to continue because I want to be able to show people that look like me that this is possible. You don't have to be a ball player, rapper, or whatever route that somebody else is going. You can be your own person. Like I just did a career day 2 months ago in the Bronx. I was talking to like 2nd and 4th graders, and
shout out to that. Yo.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? So just to be able just to relate to the younger generation that's up next. To they was asking so many questions and engaging. Like that was a beautiful thing to just witness and let alone to partake in. Because now growing up, they're gonna be like, yeah, celebrity chef came to my school, this and that. So like I said, I've been winging it from day one. But now to get into that realm of just like moving professionally and getting the business locked down the way it needs to and making the approaches and knowing what's good for my brand, like it's like I said, lessons all day. But at the same time, I was willing to go through those trials and tribulations to get to this point.
It's coming together.
And I'm still not done.
Yeah, and that's crazy what he said too, man. Like you don't got to be a ball player, rapper, or anything like that. He's still hanging around the same celebrities, for doing something completely different.
Right. There's other avenues to get to where you want to be, man.
To get to that, it's where you want to be.
And that shit is fire, man. Like I said, again, I commend you. Like. And one thing we always talk about on the podcast, if you're like, oh, I want to go on the show, whatever, it's like, as long as you got something positive going too, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not only about you, it's about like what you bringing. So even doing the career day, you know what I'm saying? Going to the youth and showing them like, yo, you can. It's right here. Like you could do it. You know what I'm saying? That's
prime example.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I love that. We love that, yo. So that's dope, man. We really commend you.
And obviously he don't have to do none of that.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? You want to get the Boogie's Favorite 5?
What time is it?
Boogie's Favorite 5? I think it's time for Boogie's Favorite 5.
Yeah, it is.
Get-
All right, so Rome, man, we're gonna go to our favorite segment of the
That
show,
crazy.
which is our only segment of the show. It's
definitely our only segment.
Boogie's Famous 5, right? So Boogie's gonna ask you 5 questions, random questions, and just answer them to your best ability. All right, here we go. Question number 1.
When was the last time you cried, and what was the cause?
Told you it'd be random.
When was the last time I cried?
Yeah, it could be happy tears or sad tears.
Ain't see that one coming.
I didn't either.
I could say I can give both sides of the coin real quick.
Okay.
Happy in the sense, like I said, when I got the call to go to Vegas, to be honest, because like I said, I apply so much pressure to myself to where I don't know what's next. Like I said, a lot of people can't, sustain of just living in the unknown, not knowing when their next paycheck, when the next opportunity. I just, like I said, I just bet on myself, work on my craft, sharpen the sword to where it's like I put it out there to the world, and whoever sees it, like I said, somebody's gonna watch it. Like I said, when I put my food out there, it catches people's attention, whether you're interested or not. So, just to be able to get that opportunity and just kind of like just waiting my turn, not worrying about what the next person got or what the next person's at in their life. You know what I mean? That was a happy moment. Sad moment, I would say my grandfather passing away in November. That really kind of shook me in a sense, because I saw him on his like last 5 minutes on this earth, still like on like a FaceTime, and it wasn't even recognizable of just his facial structure. But at the same time, I know his spirit and soul just always going to live through, the people that he touched, because he was a conductor on Metronome for 40 plus years. One of the first black conductors on Metronome at that. So, I'm just blessed to be able to, thank you. I'm just blessed to be able just to kind of just speak on it, because, those are shoes that are never looking to get filled, but at the same time they get spoken on, because he definitely set the tone for each and every one of the my family members to this day. So, definitely that was the last time that I would say I've cried to where it kind of just caught me off guard.
Salute the OG, man.
Salute the OG, man. Grandfather, man. R.I.P.
Man, that was good.
Question number 2.
What's your favorite plate of food?
Yeah.
Favorite plate? Am I buying it, making it, or somebody eating it?
I want to know. I want to know what you eating and what you selling. What you eat and selling.
There you go.
Hold on, say that one more time.
All right.
What's your favorite food? Favorite place to eat?
Well, he wants to know, is he making it or is he buying?
No, I want to know both. I want to know your favorite place to eat,
Okay.
and your favorite place to sell.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right.
Yes.
All right, say that. My favorite place to eat, to be honest, I can go for a steakhouse, but I definitely love Hibachi Ito's. It's just so underrated to me, because it's just like you getting so much food for a good price and you having an experience. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like you could take your family there, you could take somebody you're talking to, you even go alone and go to the bar. It's giving you options, but just such being like out the way and calm and low key, Ito's definitely does it for me. You feel me?
Shout out to Ito's.
Shout out to Ito's Hibachi.
You know what I mean?
All right.
And the one in the Pelham location, that's the one that got the seafood. I mean, not the Pelham location, Port Chester. That's the one that got the seafood.
Okay,
Gotcha.
there you go. You know exactly where it's at. Everything.
So what's his favorite plate he sells?
And what's your favorite plate to make? Or is
to make? Yeah, what's your favorite plate that you cook?
I say my favorite plate to make, I like the sweet chili salmon with the garlic noodles. I mean, that go crazy. That go crazy. The rasta pasta go crazy.
Rasta pasta.
You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm more of a comfort person. Like I said, a lot of people like my oxtails.
Yeah, Boogie. Boogie go crazy. Man.
I fuck with the oxtail. I don't do the salmon too much, but the oxtail.
I fuck with salmon.
Yeah.
I fuck with all that shit.
Oxtail.
Yeah, that's a whole fact, bro. I just made Dominican stew chicken the other day.
With the white rice on the side.
That it goes crazy. Yes, yes, it goes crazy.
I'm a fat nigga, bro. I don't know. Listen, man. But fat niggas can eat right.
Yo, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what's good though.
You know what's good. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, so whatchamacallit? So, and I'm gonna tell you a dish. Like for instance, that constantly gets brought up to this day. I was talking to Mary, and Mary was like, "Damn, chef, can you make that turkey you made for Thanksgiving?" And I'm mind you, we in the middle of July. You feel me? And I was like, "Damn, well, I'm gonna find one out here in Vegas." So I was like, "Damn, I'm gonna do turkey wings." But she was like, "Yeah, if you do them, I want them falling off the bone, this and that." Because the turkey I made her for Thanksgiving, she was eating it off of it for 4 days.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, nice.
And just to hear stuff like that, that's like the utmost compliment that you can get when somebody's kind of talking about your food. Like, especially for a person that don't really eat leftovers, but at the same time, it's like they eating off of this turkey for the last 4 days.
Crazy.
And turkey is a dish that really nobody kind of like. I mean, not to say it's not popular, but at the same time,
That's a
it's
Thanksgiving
like,
shit. That's it. Yeah. Like
exactly.
once a year, you're not eating turkey on a regular random Thursday.
You ain't thinking about it in the middle of July.
Before turkey.
Yeah, you thinking about barbecue. You talking about another turkey.
Right.
You feel me? So, you know what I mean? I'm just kind of just blessed to be able to make certain meals that remind people of like their childhood or their mom's making it. And, just to be so blessed and talented like that goes a long way. You feel me?
Dope, man.
Yeah, that's dope.
All right,
Question number three.
Next question.
There you go.
Next question.
He's ready. You heard?
If your best friend and your worst enemy were describing you, what would they each say?
Ooh.
My best friend, my worst enemy.
And they met up together and they're having a conversation about you. What do you think they'll say about you?
That's a rat.
That his phone ain't never charged.
They both can say that.
Look at,
That's a
shout
fact.
out to
That's
the
a
man
fact.
Joe with the back,
That's a
right?
whole
Pointing
fact.
like, yo, that's facts.
That's a fact. I don't know what it is, bro. It's just never charged. Bro.
What's your percentage right now, bro?
Huh? I'll tell you what it's at right now. Cause I know it's less than 20. It's at 10.
We better hurry up. This shit about to die, bro.
Heard you.
Be like, yo, we got to charge it here. Now I'm going to let it die.
Don't worry about it. Fuck that. I'm good. All right, question number 4.
If you had one phone call left, who would you call and what would you say?
If I had one phone call left,
Yeah, your last phone call.
Damn, it's deep.
That is deep. Yeah.
Pause.
Or just one phone call.
Just one phone. Yeah. I mean, it.
but am I dying or?
No. I don't want that one phone call.
Right. Oh,
You're not dying.
I guess
Just
you would
that-
say, okay. Just one phone call.
If you had one phone call left,
Yeah.
who would you call and what would you say?
Yeah. Right now, before you should die, 10%. One phone call before you should die. Who you calling?
Nah, but like in a serious situation.
Yeah.
Shoot. Good question. One person in mind calling, phone about to die.
Like this phone call's gonna save your life.
Oh shit! Now I got
Nah, his phone about to die.
fuck.
Yeah, phone.
I try to 4K it. You feel me? Maybe 6K it.
Oh, I'm gonna call my cousin Woody.
Okay.
Shout out to Woody.
And why?
Huh?
And why?
I ain't gonna hold you. He played it like a big role in just far as me having that mindset of moving, because like I said, for him being in the industry and acting and doing the background dancing and just seeing his evolution year after year and just seeing how I looked at that as somebody that that kind of like set the tone for me, that created a blueprint for me.
Yeah. Okay.
So, me and him talk, that's listen, he's my first cousin. And just to see his growth from, background dancing from CB to now, acting, he was on Power. Like at the end of the day, that's the person I would call. Like, I know people was like, oh, you'll call your mom just now. I just spoke to her yesterday. Yeah. So, at the end of the day, she's good. But, my cousin, I would be person to call, because like I said, without him, this wouldn't exist in a sense the way it is, because I saw it firsthand of just how he basically did it.
How he moved.
And
Yeah.
I'm always gonna give him his flowers on that.
Nice. All right, dope, man. All right, question number 5.
Question number 5.
100 food trucks or 100 shops?
Yo, boy.
100 food trucks or
100 restaurants.
Yeah. What would you rather own?
Food trucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to be mobile.
Okay.
I like to be mobile.
And for some reason, I think food trucks somehow
Just have a-
food
be hidden,
tastes
be
better.
hidden, right?
Yo.
Food
I
trucks
don't
be
know
hidden.
what it
I ain't gonna
is.
front, yeah.
Maybe you could put me onto that, but food trucks.
Is it because
for some
it's
reason,
done
taste
in there?
That as well,
Maybe.
but also to the point where the let out. You're going to the food truck. You're not going to a restaurant.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, when that let out happens around 2, 3 in the morning, where they run into food trucks.
Food trucks.
You feel me? I'm a late night person. You know what I mean? I'm up at all types of wee hours of the night, but at the same time, just to know how food trucks are so beneficial to people when it comes to convenience.
Right.
When you step out to the club or bar, whatever the case may be, I'm going food truck all the way.
Because I
Shout
mean,
out to the food
that was a good question.
That was
100 restaurants.
If
or
you do
100
say
food
so
trucks?
yourself. Yeah, that was
a pretty good one.
Nah, that's a whole fact. Yeah, I mean,
I'm
get
thinking
some
about
props on that one.
because you're gonna make money with both, but mobile.
What do you
prefer?
moving around,
What do you prefer?
like yo, I'm gonna park in your backyard. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring the restaurant to you.
To you.
Wow.
And like he said, you post up in the right location, it's a gold mine.
And you
man.
good money.
Yeah,
Fast.
you're not. We see
And
it.
less-
And that's quick. And that's quick.
and
That's
less
like
overhead.
That's like exactly.
Less
That's
overhead.
Like, that's at 2:00 in the morning to 5:00 in the morning. You know what I mean?
Like we said, you don't need someone sitting you down. You don't need a bus boy. You don't need none of that shit.
Right,
You
right.
cook them food.
In and
They
out.
exchange the money. That's your plate. Throw that out when you're done.
Yo,
Yep.
listen,
That's it.
we graduated 2004. Well, he graduated 2003. We graduated 2004. There's been a blue truck there
Fact.
A food
that
truck.
we used to eat for years, and guess what?
Still there.
Still there.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And the same people, you see them older now.
Yeah.
So that, you know what I'm saying? So the food truck, yo.
That shit was a staple.
Yo,
What
fact.
type of food?
Cheesesteaks,
yeah, like-
cheeseburgers,
Yeah,
hot
but
dogs.
but
it was good though.
But
It
it
was good.
tastes different.
It tastes like
doesn't
food truck
taste like a
food, yeah.
regular
Yeah.
steak sandwich or the hot dogs will
I
taste like
can't
a regular
explain
hot
it.
dog.
Yeah, I can't explain
It was
it.
like
just tastes better.
before you go to school.
And she was Hispanic. She was like
breakfast,
Mexican, right?
Yeah, Mexican.
And then like at lunchtime, you
Yo,
get burgers.
a
How you know what I'm
bacon,
saying?
egg, and cheese was $2.50.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the
the good old days.
Think
bro.
about that.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You get a little pan con mantequilla, little bread and
Oh,
butter.
man.
Bread and butter,
Even bread
coffee.
and butter hit like yo. that
I think
shit
they
crazy.
50 cents
upgraded.
bread and butter.
Yeah, fact.
I think they upgraded like changing the paint.
They
but
changed it
other
to
than that-
silver, but yeah.
it was silver first, and then it went to blue.
No, it was
or
blue. It was a blue truck, and then
And
went to silver.
Yeah.
But anyway, but
All
yeah,
right, man.
Yeah.
When I was Boogie's famous fives, man, bro.
Heard you,
Did a
heard
great
you,
job.
heard you.
Feel me?
So before we wrap it up, we always like to say if you have anything going on right now, you want to let the viewers know. Also, any shout outs, you want to any shout outs? This is your time right now. So go ahead, look at the camera, let them know what you want to do.
Listen. You know who it is. Your favorite Bronx chef.
talk
For
that
those, hey, listen, all day, every day. You feel me? I mean, that's that New York speaking. You know what I mean, New York type of love. You feel me?
Let's go.
Feel me?
Today's love day. I'm giving out love today. You feel me?
It's all love today.
Give a shout out to my peoples down in Bamberg, South Carolina. I want to give peoples in Connecticut. My guy Romel, RW Entertainment, New London, Norwich area, that 860 area. You feel me? Up top. And just anybody that's continuing just to grind, bro. Like at the end of the day, like life is life for everybody. But the goal is to stay consistent and just stay on your A game at all times. You feel me?
One more thing, if they want to reach out to you, where they reach out to you at?
You're going to reach out on my socials. You can hit me on Instagram at Romy Rome the Chef. That's ROMEY ROMETHECHEF. You can hit me on Snapchat, Romy Rome the Chef, Facebook, Romy Rome the Chef, and on Twitter and TikTok.
Ooh,
Romy Rome the
yes.
Chef.
Let's go. Romy Rome the Chef for the building. Bug, take us home.
Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Holly Bugs.
Yeah, it's your boy Watts.
It's your boy Grizz Green, and
this is not a podcast. It's Romy Rome the Chef. You heard? He'll be here for the 100th, we promise.
Heard.
This is not a podcast.
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 This is not a podcast.